I'm Bobby Sass. Welcome back to the STEM Career Accelerator. In this lesson, I want to show you how to use a growth mindset to set new goals. If you recall, the three-step system of purpose, practice, and expertise is about getting us from our deeper purpose into practices that will manifest that deeper purpose and help us get into our expertise so that we are having the best career that we can have, and so that we can build our career under the hybrid career model and thrive in our career so that our lives are a bit easier and more fulfilled. In order to get deep into purpose, we need to get deep into mindset. And in order to have a balanced mindset, we need to look at our focus and our self-control. So how can you stop losing focus and self-control when it comes to work-life balance? These are some key suggestions that I have for you. Listen to your mentors. And if you don't have them, we will get into finding mentors. Of course, I hope that you look to me for mentorship as your coach. Internal balance is key to anything in life. And that's true of career too. It's important that we get help though with our internal balance, because it's not always easy to do our own, especially if we don't have the practice built yet in order to sustain that balance, or even to first achieve that balance before we get into a maintenance mode with it. And if you don't know your purpose, then it's really hard to center yourself. And without that center, you can't find the balance. And some ways of getting help with your internal balance: therapy, coaching, meditation. Now, I'll be coaching you. I'll also be getting into meditation. But as you know, coaching is not therapy, and I'm not a therapist. So if you need help through the process, because we are going to be getting into some deeper subjects and some challenging subjects, but I can't help you with the therapy side of things. So please reach out to a mental health professional if you find that you get into a place where you need that sort of help. Internal balance, in my view, is all about holistic health. And so that's balancing our mind, body, and spirit. Our focus and our control is enhanced when we can replace our bad habits with good ones. And so as an example, you've got to tune out of the noise, what I call the noise. And so, for instance, that might be news, social media, binge watching. These are bad habits that are not really helping us. Now, I don't mean never look at the news. I don't mean don't use social media. And I certainly don't mean don't watch your favorite shows. But use those things as practical means to an end, or as rewards. So you've had a great day. You want to get on social media, share with people what a great day you've had. Great. If that does it for you, go for it. If you want to reward yourself by watching an episode or two of your favorite show, go for it. Celebrate, reward yourself. Because this life is all about you living on your own terms. If you're living on your own terms, you're in control. And if you're in control, you're able to maintain better focus on the goals that you have. And if you can find a deeper purpose in your work that aligns with your lifestyle, then you feel in control. And if you're prioritizing your self-care over your professional development, then you have the right focus. I know from working with clients and working on myself that it's that life force that is so important. And that's what we need to take care of. That is the priority. That is the main core, the center of our being. And what radiates out from that is our professional development. So our career is a byproduct of a good life, or at least a good career is a byproduct of a good life. So we got to be taking care of ourselves. So 2 things to avoid right now when it comes to your mindset. First thing is, don't let your snap judgments rule the outcome of a situation or determine your beliefs. So, for instance, you may be thinking right now, wow, didn't really expect this out of career coaching. What's all this mindset stuff? What is he talking about? Meditation and clarity and focus. And, those are snap judgments. So I hope you'll give me 10% of your trust and I'll earn the other 90% through this process. I want you to question those sorts of thoughts and beliefs. It's important to turn the tables. If you're having the thoughts that I was just talking about, turn the tables and say, why would he be doing something that wouldn't benefit his coaching business, right? I want clients. I want to do well for you. I want to help you along your journey. I want to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So why in the world would I do something that actually would be counterproductive to that? Because if you're not happy, then I'm not. So be careful of those sorts of snap judgments, but also be gentle and mindful. When you're gentle with yourself, those snap judgments don't hit as hard. If you feel a snap judgment come on, if it pushes you towards a negative emotion like anger, be gentle with yourself. Accept that sometimes these snap judgments lead us towards negative emotions. And in that process, you can be mindful and work through it mindfully and find a happier resolution. And number 2, stop trying to be perfect. If you are seeking perfection, you are on the wrong path. I was a perfectionist for many years, for most of my life. But when I finally realized that perfection is unattainable, and thus it's an unhelpful goal, I was able to release it and finally find happiness in something less than perfection, even in mediocrity. Life is just easier when we stop focusing on, can I make this perfect? I just want to get it perfect. I just need 5 more minutes to make it perfect. I just need another year to make it perfect. If we can stop doing that and focus on taking imperfect action, then we can shift our mindset. Because mindset also takes action. It's not just sitting here and thinking and wondering. Mindset evolves through our actions, moment to moment, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. All of those actions affect our mindset. And our mindset affects our actions. So let's be imperfect in the actions that we take and continue to take action regularly and with courage. Okay, so ask yourself, what challenges do I think that I'm going to face during this career transition? Think about the social settings that you'll be in, the types of communication that you'll have, the effect on your finances, and how your mindsets might shift through this process. What sorts of challenges are you going to face? And with that in mind, how can I better prepare for the stressors of finding a new job and developing a new career? I would suggest to you that some of the things you'll want to cultivate in yourself are patience, persistence, passion, and practicality. Mindset is so important because it is the foundation of goal setting. Once we have goals, we can start developing knowledge, skills, and abilities that serve those goals. Building our network is critical because the people that we interact with day to day have a major effect on our mindset. So let's get into these a little bit more. Goal setting is about finding your deeper purpose. You got to do that first. And then you got to set your intention and make a commitment to it. You need to understand your current situation with regard to what is your knowledge base? What types of skills do you have? How good are they? What innate abilities do you have? And then look at the basic requirements of new roles, new careers, new jobs that you might be pursuing. And then from that, create new learning and development goals. And building your network, a lot of this is done online, especially on LinkedIn, but that doesn't mean that the person-to-person network building isn't just as critical. I think the goal should always be to get as personal with your network as possible. And I don't mean get into their personal lives necessarily. I mean meet them in person if possible. Have a phone call. Have a Zoom session. If everything is just done through liking and commenting on posts, or if it's just done through Messenger and text, you're not really cultivating that network. You're not socializing in a way that really builds more authentic relationships, and those authentic relationships aren't able to really help you with your mindset, help you build the moods and the feelings that really help you to cultivate the kind of mindset that you want to have. And so with that in mind, you might consider getting offline and going to trade events, workshops, seminars, conferences, those sorts of things. Okay, so what type of mindset do you want? Do you want to be locked down? Do you want to be outdated? Do you want to be closed off? Do you want a fixed mindset? Or do you want to have flexible, fit, young, adaptable, growth mindset? What do you want? Because these are the two basic types of mindsets. Negative mindset is a fixed mindset. A positive mindset is a growth mindset. What do you want? I hope that you want a growth mindset. And if you don't, we need to talk about that. If you do want to build a growth mindset, then clarifying your purpose is going to be critical. And part of the growth mindset is being gratitude, is having gratitude. And in having gratitude, we focus on our abundance. And there's also something called an abundance mindset. So a growth mindset and an abundance mindset go hand in hand. Acceptance. In order for us to grow, we need to accept where we're at, accept our current limitations, accept that we have negativity, accept that we have underlying beliefs that we may want to reframe. Commit to change and be focused on the future. Live in the present and focus on the future. Let me get a little bit deeper here with clarifying your purpose. Let's talk briefly about, what do you believe? Do you believe that you can't predict the future? That coincidence and good luck just happens and it's meaningless? Do you believe that dreams come true? Do you believe that decisions are yours to make, or are they somebody else's? Do you believe that you are in the driver's seat? Let's dig a bit deeper and talk about challenges and motivators to a growth mindset. If you want to get into a growth mindset, we're going to need to look at childhood influences, your passions, your personality and interests, your skills and abilities, life-altering experiences, and limiting beliefs. Each of these can challenge you. Each of these can motivate you. We're going to talk more about that in subsequent lessons. How are you going to get to the end result that you want? How are you going to get to the career of your dreams? You got to set new goals based in positive and growth mindsets, and you need a goal-setting process. There's a download associated with this lesson. I want you to download the document. There are multiple exercises in it. Through this lesson and subsequent lessons, I'll talk about those. But the focus and control exercise is really important. So make sure you go through the focus and control exercise, spend some time with it, so that you can really get a sense of where your focus goes, or when you become unfocused, and the things that you want to control, the things that don't feel in control. There's also a mindset brainstorming exercise. And please try to remain flexible, because in remaining flexible, you're already working in a growth mindset. So being open is positive. Being open to change is part of the growth mindset. And only in remaining flexible are you going to be able to set new goals, work through them, and achieve them. And in order to get your goals on paper and get them sorted out, you're going to need to use a goal-setting system. And I recommend using the so-called SMART system. You'll also need to assess your skills based on the goals that you have. And there's a tool that I'll introduce to you called a skill set table. And we're going to look at your whole self. We're not going to just look at career in isolation, because your career doesn't exist in isolation. As I've been saying, your career serves your life. Your life is a much bigger priority than your career. Career is a part of your life. So we got to look at the whole self, not just what you do day to day at work, or what you want to do day to day at work. All right. So in the focus and control exercise, I want you to think about, where do you lose focus and control? Where in place? At the home, in the office, where do you lose focus and control? You're sitting at your computer, suddenly you lose focus. Why is that happening? What time of day is that happening? What's going on in your body? With your eyes, your breath? Are you hungry? Are you tired? What activities? Is it because you're sitting in front of a spreadsheet and you're bored? What about certain people? If you're working from home, if your spouse or your children bother you, does that make you lose control? Does it make you lose your focus? Does having your cat in your lap while you're working help you gain more focus? And what else triggers you to lose focus and control? There's a mindset brainstorming exercise in the download. And I want you to think through, using the diagram and the self-evaluation, I want you to think through the types of mindsets. So the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset, whether you're thinking things in a positive or negative manner, whether you're thinking about scarcity. I don't have enough money. That's scarcity. Abundance. I'll have more money in the future. I'm grateful for the money that I have now. Grateful. Gratitude. Apathy. I don't care about money. I don't care about my career. High energy or low energy. And also get into those related beliefs. What are the beliefs that underlie your mindset? And think about questions like this if you want to talk about your beliefs. People are inherently good. I am good at coaching. I can accept that not all of my clients like me. I can change the way that I feel about my day. I can't. Ugh, we're going to talk about that word. I do not like that word. I get to teach you about the word cannot and why we can choose better words. All right. In the diagram on the right, we're going to think about mindsets, which are ways that we think about our lives. We're going to think about the types and sets of beliefs that influence how we feel and how we act. And we're going to write our prevailing mindsets. And you can see the main circle is broken up into two. And so you may, depending on how you're feeling, you may want to break that up into a fixed or a growth, a positive or a negative, scarcity, abundance, categorize things across that. And then from there, use the other circles to insert beliefs and situations where these mindsets and beliefs come up. And then do the self-evaluation. Setting your goals is one of the most important things that you do with a coach. And how you're going to set these goals is by using a growth mindset. And we are going to use the SMART system. If for some reason the SMART system doesn't feel like the right fit for you, I do have other systems that I can teach you, but I really like this system. And this is an expert system for goal setting. So in the SMART system, SMART is an acronym, and it stands for the things that goals must be. Goals must be specific, measurable, achievable, and authentic, realistic, and time-framed. Without these 5 or 6 elements in a growth mindset, you are probably not going to get a really well thought out and well-formed goal. So let's use this system to develop your goals. This system is going to help you set goals with purpose, intention, and commitment. And I'm really looking forward to working through this system with you and helping you to set and achieve your new goals. And I will see you in the next session.